Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to talk about two diametrically opposite aspects of life. It is a paradox, but who said life is fair anyways? Um, and I'm going to share a story that will help understand what I want to convey, maybe, maybe not. So the first one is all about how to achieve goals in life, and the second one is all about how to live life. And were you my teacher sometime? All right, here we go. So the first one is how to achieve goals in life, and the second one is how to live life. So the topic I'm going to talk about, I'm sure many of you know, many of you may not. It's called Kondō Ima. It's a Japanese phrase which means next time is next time, now is now. Because next time is hope, now is action. Make no mistake, because in life, action is always rewarded, not intelligence. Because the smarter you are, the better your excuses are. So, as I said, instead of telling you one story, I'll tell you a story of a person spanning over 35 plus years. And I will touch upon few character traits which will help you maybe succeed in life. The first one I want to talk about is passion. What is passion? Passion is nothing but an enduring deep interest in what you truly believe in and what you want to achieve. That is what I call passion. So starting with the story, there was this young man, I would call him a boy as of now, young boy, who was in his 7th grade, who never knew English. Back in the day in the convent school, there was this ritual of sweeping the classrooms after the class was over. So this young boy did sweep the class and went back home, comes next morning and sees the broom was missing. So he was taken to the principal. The principal those days in the convent school was called father. So he said, "Father, I put the broom in the right place." So father gave him a slight nod on his head and said, "Son, there is no past tense or future tense or present tense for put. It is just put." So he got very embarrassed that he did not know English at 7th grade. So he went to the chapel, met the father and said, "Father, I want to learn English. Please teach me. I want to be a good speaker." So there started the journey of the passion of learning English language for this boy. And another story during the school of this boy was that while he was learning English with the father, he asked one morning, "Father, my friend, he comes in a car driven by his dad, but I come by a public transport spending almost 1 hour to the school. Why is that?" He was innocent. So father thought for a while and he said, "Son, he comes in his father's car. Why don't you study well, make yourself so strong that one day you buy your own car?" That was a very thoughtful suggestion from the father. And roll over some 20 years later, this young boy has become an adolescent man. He's gone and bought his car. And guess what? He goes back to the school and meets the same father and says, "Father, I don't remember if you had this conversation with me or no, but I do remember. That was my passion. It was in my heart like a flame for all these years. I bought my first car. This is the conversation we had. I want you to take a ride in it." And now that is what I call passion. Because motivation is good, but it has a shelf life. So the most enduring thing closest to your heart, and you pursue it, and that's what called passion is. And I'll move on to the next one, which is grit. Sustained motivation and single-minded focus to achieve something is called grit. It is that determination, that want what you have in your belly, that fire, and that dream which does not make you sleep. You know, you keep your eyes open and dream. That dream which you wanted, and to achieve that, you have that grit, determination, and that's what I would call as grit. Getting back to this adolescent man, when he was in his 15, 16 years old, in that age, teenage, he converted every struggle into a hustle. He worked for a 75 rupees manning a refrigerator outside a supermarket for 4 hours. He knocked 400 doors doing market research for 15 rupees an application. Back in the day, we used to make these STD calls because after 9 o'clock in the night and before 6 in the morning, the calls to other cities used to be cheaper. So this teenager used to man the STD booth in the night and then go to the college in the day for 400 rupees a month. And that is what I call grit, because he had one focus to make it big in life. So after some time, he graduated and then started selling credit cards for a living. So when he started selling credit cards for a living, he went to this place called IIM Bangalore, and he wanted to sell credit cards to the people over there, professors. And the guard said, "No, you are not allowed. I can't let you inside, because sales guys are not allowed in the institution." So this guy got into a fight with the security guard, and he said, "One day I'll be back." 10 years later, this guy went back as an executive general management program student, and 3 years later, he was a guest faculty at IIM Bangalore. And that is what I call grit. And what I want to say is, it's not about how many times you throw the punch at your opposition in a boxing ring that matters. In life or in a boxing ring, what matters is how many times you get up every time you're punched in your gut. Every time that life throws a curveball at you, it throws a googly at you, how do you manage it? And that's what differentiates successful people and not so successful people. And during this journey, I also want to say that if you're brave, make no mistake, be assured that you're going to fall. You're going to fall on your face flat. You be ready to get up every time you fall, and that's what I want to say. I also have a Theodore Roosevelt quote, who's ex-president of the United States, who said beautifully, it says, "It's not the critic who counts. It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or the doer of the deeds could have done it differently. In the arena, whose face is marred with sweat, dust, and blood, the credit belongs to the person who is actually there, who strives valiantly, who comes up short again, and again, who in the end knows the triumph of high achievement, and who, when he fails, he does so daring greatly." So every time you fall, you need to get up, and that's what grit is all about. So I'll move on to perseverance. Now, what exactly is perseverance? The ability to stick to your goals despite all the obstacles, all the curveballs, all the googlies life throws at you, and continue to keep doing things what you're doing. Put your head down and keep doing things you're doing so that you achieve your goal. Because you need to dream big to make it happen, right? So coming back to this man, he started selling credit cards for a living, earning 2,500 rupees a month, and then moved on to call centers, then moved on to market research, offshoring, project management, Six Sigma, etc. Then became a director in an organization. But at the end of the day, he's kind of successful today. But what made him successful? It is that perseverance, trying to do things every day, every single day, getting up and showing up, as my good colleague said. That's what which matters, because life is like walking in the dark night, and you have a flashlight or a torch in your hand. So when you walk and you show the flashlight, you can see only 6 feet in front of you. So when you walk that 6 feet, you can see another 6 feet in front of you, another 6 feet in front of you. So you make that progress, and the progress helps you to make another progress, another progress. So, and that's how you move forward in life, and at the end of the day, perseverance will definitely give you the benefits what you need and what you want so badly. The next one I want to talk about is adaptability. Flexibility. Adaptability is actually Charles Darwin's third law, which nobody reads it. Everyone reads survival of the fittest, but adaptability is Charles Darwin's third law, which says you need to be flexible. You need to adapt to the external environments and continue to solve the problems on the trot and be successful with eyes on the prize. So, coming back to this man, he fell in love early, got married, tried to make it work, but did not happen. Long time, failed miserably, fell on his face, got his divorce, went to a therapy for 6 months, healed, saw the world, traveled, had the courage to come back and get married again, and now trying to make it work. Now, what is adaptability here? Adaptability is not reactive. It is anticipatory. How you adapt to the external sources, external stimuli, to ensure that you still live, you still keep your eyes on the prize and go for your goals and continue to succeed. No matter how many personal or professional fallouts you have, failures you have, you need to keep going. And that is what adaptability is all about, keeping your eyes on the prize and continuing to go. Another example I can give you is of most relatable is Netflix. You all know Netflix? Yeah, it is competing with our sleep. Yeah? So they were selling DVDs as a shop. They saw the internet boom and they saw the value in it, and then they became an internet streaming distributor. They were very successful. And then they saw the streaming distribution, the content, the value it got, and then they became content producer as well now. And they're immensely successful. And their competitor, Blockbuster, back in the US, filed for bankruptcy in 2010. So that itself says you adapt or you perish. Finally, bias for action. Transformation of a plan to progress with what I call it as doing. That is bias for action. You need to dream big for sure, but you need to have this ability to get up every day and work towards it, right? You need to work towards it to make your dreams come true. Like this adolescent man I was talking about, he had a 20-year dream. Can you believe it? Even the organizations don't have a mission statement for 20 years or a vision statement for 20 years. This man had a 20-year dream. What was the dream? That he wanted to go to a management institute, he wanted to do his PhD, he wanted to teach in universities, and he wanted to be on the board of 2 to 3 companies, and he wanted to buy a yacht in Caribbean. Random. Like all you guys talk, no? Some random dreams. But he ticked almost all of them where he stands today. So that is what I call bias for action. Whatever the personal issues, the professional issues, whatever you get along the way, you just need to keep chugging along. Get up every morning and work towards your dream. And that is what action is all about, doing. As I said earlier, life rewards doing. Life doesn't reward intelligence, life rewards action. Now, I'll quickly move on to what I want to share about how to lead life. You were never broken, actually. You were becoming. In the situations, you think that somewhere along the way, we start believing that life was something which was meant to be figured out. That if you could just understand it, or if you could plan it, fix it, solve it, explain it, you'll be at peace. But all along the way, life was never meant to be understood. It was just meant to be lived. And if we know that, we will be better people. Because as I said, we spend so much time controlling it, solving it, explaining it to others. But at the end of the day, life is like a wave in an ocean. We need to, more than controlling the waves in an ocean, we just need to ride it. We need to ride the wave, not understand it, not control it. Because the wave doesn't stop for you. Sometimes it is calm, sometimes it is very strong, wild, sometimes it is crashing, but each time it is teaching you something. As long as you're riding it, you're sorted. So if you are hurting right now, don't rush to escape it. If you have lost your way, don't try to find your way. Find your direction. Just feel it, all of it. Just try to be in that moment and think of it, because this too is part of the larger cosmic dance. You're learning something there as well. So stop trying to control anything around you. Learn to surf the waves. Stop waiting for life to make sense and start feeling the life instead. Start living the life instead. On that note, I will again say, Kondō Ima, which means next time is next time. Now is now. Live in the now. It's okay to have worries. It's okay to have issues, concerns, broken promises, broken hearts, pains, worries. But just live in the now. Stay happy. God bless. Thank you.